wish that I could just wish away my feelings, but I can't.
Sand hurts my feelings.
I don't like sand.
Hurts my feelings.
Haunted by thick sand in my very soul. Sand. Are you suffering as much as I am?
Sand
I
hurts
can't
my
breathe.
feelings.
Tormenting me. I'm in agony.
Sand hurts my feelings.
I don't like sand.
Hello, and welcome to the Sand Hurts My Feelings, a Star Wars podcast from a Swiftie point of view. I am your host, Alex.
And I am your other host, Sarah. And today it's a little bit of a special treat. We're going back and revisiting Leia.
Yes, because Life of a Showgirl has come out after we finished our seasons on Leia and Padme. So this month of March, we are in honor of Women's History Month, I guess.
Woo!
Just kidding. That just happens. But
Happy happenstance.
Happy happenstance. But we are going to revisit our Leia and Padme seasons and finish off a pick for them. So we will do Life of a Showgirl for Leia is today.
Yeah. That's where it's like not quite a bonus episode, but not, I mean, I suppose if you're listening to it in retrospective, you can, or haven't listened to those seasons yet, go give them a listen and then include this as part of
that season. Yeah.
Yes, I think we're just going to dive right in because we've already talked a decent amount about our thoughts and feelings on Showgirl. We've shared our favorite songs on Showgirl if you've been listening to the pod. So I think we're just going to dive right in and talk about our picks.
Sure. I guess I'll just quick plug in, since it's the beginning of the podcast. If you are interested in any of us, go to in the show notes, and we also have it in the show notes, but go to all my links / the Sand Hurts My Feelings pod, and you can get all of the information about us, find other locations like Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky, all those places to come interact with us. We love talking to our fans.
Yeah.
Love getting their opinions on our picks. And you can also get our TeePublic and Redbubble stores if you're interested in supporting the podcast and with merch.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's our just quick plug. And then, also go tell your friends about us. We're really excited. We love talking about Taylor and love talking about Star Wars. So that's what we love to do.
Yeah. So would you like me to go first, Alex, or would you like to go first?
I guess you can go first. Let's let you go first.
Okay. So my pick for Leia for The Life of a Showgirl is the title track, The Life of a Showgirl.
No way.
Yes.
That's mine, too.
Are you serious?
We matched again.
I kind of figured,
No way.
I was like, of the albums, we have the greatest likelihood of matching on Life of a Showgirl because it has the fewest number of tracks.
I still don't
But
does it though?
Yeah.
I guess
has
because
12.
I was like debut, but that's got some extras. And I'm like, wow, okay. Oh, I'm very fascinated now.
I'm so excited. We get to do trivia.
We get to do trivia again. Yes, so we'll do trivia at the end of this. So again, extra bonus episode today. I guess. I did not think that was going to happen again.
I mean, it worked so well for Ray in 1989.
It did, yeah.
So
that's why that one picked. So I think this one won't be as good. We'll see if it's as good because that one we matched on opinion and
we picked it for the same reasons.
It for the same reasons and the stuff. So
we'll see if we do it here.
We'll see if we do it here. I may be flipping out as you explain your answer.
That is fine. I'm just excited that we matched for Leia because we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't do it at all for Leia
for the other album
or Padme. So we'll see. But yeah.
Oh my God! If we match on Padme, I'm gonna flip.
I will flip out. I don't know.
We come at Padme from two
very different perspectives. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So my pick for Life of a Showgirl, the reason why I picked The Life of a Showgirl, is to me if you just kind of swap out the word showgirl for rebel. I think it works really, really well for Leia about the life of a rebel and what it means to grow up in the rebellion, to want to do good things. And it really fits her as the leader of the rebellion in the face of the resistance, as I will kind of go through in my lyrics.
Okay. Based off of that description, we could possibly match on our reasoning. We'll see, because it depends on how you defend what your reasons are. But based off of that possible description, there's a chance we match.
Okay. So I will say I kind of skipped the first. I did skip the first verse. I didn't find strong connections for Leia in the first verse, but the chorus through the rest of the song I think really fits.
Oh, see, I disagree. Okay.
All right, so I'm excited to hear what you think on the first verse.
All right, go ahead. But
All
keep going.
But so diving into the chorus. Hey, thank you for the lovely bouquet. You're sweeter than a peach, but you don't know the life of a showgirl, and you're never ever gonna. Wait, the more you play, the more that you pay. You're softer than a kitten, so you don't know the life of a showgirl, babe, and you're never gonna wanna. As Leia comes into her own as a young adult, and I think we see this the most in Claudia Gray's novel, Leia, Princess of Alderaan. Leia is a kind girl. Her parents try to protect her from their rebel activity and to keep her safe. And they warn her that the deeper she goes into the different rebel activities and different diplomatic pieces, the more is at stake and the more she risks, not just for herself, but for the people that she's fighting for. And she unfortunately has some negative situations happen in Leia, Princess of Alderaan, connected to that. Leia has to think hard about her choices and to make sure that they're the right ones. And I think that kind of connects of the more that you play, the more that you pay. And you don't want to know this life. And it's like caution, caution, caution before you get in too deep. But Leia dives right in. So then the second verse, she was a menace, the baby of the family in Lennox. Her father whored around like all men did. Her mother took pills and played tennis. Leia is the baby of the Skywalker family and is a little bit of a menace. We see her cheekiness in Kenobi, and then we also see her mocking the Imperials, specifically in A New Hope. I think the descriptions of her parents are kind of like, it's a little weird. I don't think they fit Bail and Breha at all. They might fit Anakin and Padme just a little bit.
I don't think they fit that one. I will say I didn't use that line that section because I was like I couldn't fit that one in.
All right, well, that's my thoughts on it.
Sure.
So going back to the lyrics, so she waited by the stage door as the club promoter arrived. She said, I'd sell my soul to have a taste of a magnificent life that's all mine. Leia knows how to get things done and that you need to go through side doors in alleys and talk to the person with power, who is not always the biggest or loudest face in the crowd. And she doesn't take no for an answer, like the singer of this song does not take no for an answer. Then we hit the line that Taylor and Sabrina sing together, but that's not what showgirls get. They leave us for dead. Leia isn't the leader of the rebellion or the leader of the resistance for glamour or for martyrdom. She doesn't lead rebellions because she wants to play the hero and be cemented in the history books. She does it because it's the right thing to do, and people leave her for dead. Thinking specifically about the end of The Last Jedi, where Leia's like, use my personal code and send out a signal to the galaxy to come help us, and crickets. So she fights, she gives her life, she gives herself to promote peace and justice and democracy in the galaxy. She tries to fight fascism, and people literally leave her for dead. Then we hit the bridge. I took her pearls of wisdom, hung them from my neck. I paid my dues with every bruise. I knew what to expect. Leia takes lessons from her parents, Breha and Bail, and puts them to use. She learns very quickly the cost of war, and she suffers great losses and knows that much of the pain in fighting a war, in rebelling, is inevitable. But she knows what to expect. Do you want to take a skate on the ice inside my veins? They ripped me off like false lashes and then threw me away. Leia is underappreciated for her sacrifices. She is expected to roll with all of the punches. She suffers so many losses that it can make a person go cold. I think about the line that she tells Amilyn Holdo in The Last Jedi of like, there's so many losses, I can't take another. And Holdo's like, well, sure you can. You taught me how. And it's like, her planet's been destroyed. Like, she's suffered so much.
Yeah, like, no, she has lost a lot.
Yeah, Leia's lost a lot, and those kind of losses can make a person go cold, aka have ice inside their veins, but Leia still has hope, which I think is very admirable. And then kind of fast forwarding a little bit in Claudia Gray's other great book about Leia, Bloodlines, Leia's expected to be a punching bag kind of connecting to the line, they ripped me off like false lashes and then threw me away. She's expected to be a punching bag when people learn that she is the daughter of Darth Vader. Like, she can't control his actions. Like, they have no connection other than their bloodline, but she is held accountable for it. Moving on, and all the headshots on the walls of the dance hall are of the witches who wish I'd hurry up and die, but I'm immortal now, baby dolls. I couldn't if I tried. The galaxy is full of people who wish Leia would die. Imperial's First Order, greedy and jealous senators, or gangsters. But Leia lives on. She is immortal and is the face of the rebellion and of the resistance and of hope for so many people. And I think that there's even a little bit of a meta connection to this one too, because looking at different signs of resistance, people put Leia's face on protest banners. They don't put Rey, they don't put Finn, they don't put Poe, who are from the resistance in this most recent iteration of Star Wars. They put Leia from 50 years ago as the face of the resistance and the rebellion. And so I just think that is so cool how she lives on that way. And I love that because I know that's what Carrie Fisher would want too, that she lives on that way. Hitting the last chorus.
That's not a knock on the sequel trilogy. I just want to put that
No.
out there because that's
No.
where a lot of people would take that.
That's
is-
not what I meant by that. No.
I understand. That's where I'm like, I know that isn't. You're not saying that it's bad that people don't do that. It is because she is just so iconic. Like,
Yeah.
she transcends Star Wars and it's rebellion, and that's what we're kind of fighting right now. Versus
Mhm.
in
The
the
resistance.
resistance is a little different and stuff like that, and it's the likeness of current times to the rebellion and the empire versus the resistance and the First Order. That's I think the difference there. So just wanted to bring that piece up there.
Yeah, no.
It's
no,
not a knock on the
No.
sequel trilogy.
No knocks. No knocks at all. But yeah, she lives on in that way. So hitting the last chorus. So I say, thank you for the lovely bouquet. I'm married to the hustle, and now I know the life of a showgirl, babe, and I'll never know another. Leia committed herself to the rebellion young, and she stayed married to that hustle throughout her whole life, morphing it into the resistance when the First Order rose up. We already talked about how she's the face and symbol, but to highlight the point that she's married to the hustle, she did a lot of diplomacy stuff on her honeymoon in the book, The Princess and the Scoundrel. Pain, hidden by the lipstick and lace, sequins are forever, and now I know the life of a showgirl, babe. Wouldn't have it any other way. Leia hides her pain and grief well, just like a showgirl, suffering so many losses and seeing so much struggle in the galaxy. And Leia also has nice outfits and amazing hairstyles, like showgirls. And I think Leia's braids kind of act a little bit, this is kind of a deeper cut, but act a little bit like an armor, because we learn in Leia, Princess of Alderaan, that the different braids have different meanings depending on how it's configured. And I think that acts a little bit like a armor. Like, Taylor talks about her bodysuits giving her a boost in the docuseries, and I think Leia's hair is an extension of part of her armor, if you will, giving her that confidence, giving her that boost, or that's her putting on her showgirl face of, okay, now I am the leader of the rebellion, versus just Leia.
Cool. Is that it?
Yeah, that.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot. I didn't mean not to trivialize, but just, yep, you're done.
Yeah. So listening through that, does that align with the reasons that you picked Showgirl, or picked The Life of a Showgirl?
No.
Oh, okay.
Or kind of a little bit. So, like, listening to what you just said, I think was very enlightening.
Okay.
And I think was a good description and how you perceived a lot of things. And when I say perceived, I mean like how they were, just that, like, I didn't think of going into those things. And, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, a lot of what you mentioned in Life of the Showgirl, with, like, the Life of the Showgirl song is about the patriarchy, and you related that very heavily to Leia. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to say that's where I got that the big vibe of that. You related that to that Leia of the patriarchy. She's basically like a punching bag and all that stuff, which I completely agree with. No criticism. That's just a different direction that I went with,
Sure.
And so it's, again, these situations where I'm like, that is probably a blind spot. from me because I am a male, and so like I do my best to see the patriarchy and stuff like that, but again, I just went in a different direction. So, but it's sort of similar. There's certain things that are similar,
Okay.
but also mine is mainly focused on the rebellion.
Also, more original
Mine
trilogy.
is more original trilogy, and so mine is
Okay.
based off of her path to the rebellion.
Okay.
And then at the end, the last bit is the resistance. But like yours was kind of intermixing both. Mine is the rebellion.
Okay.
And I stay with you brought up Leia, Princess of Alderaan. That is mostly where my stuff comes from. So that is where I got my you mentioned that you didn't I'm not going to read every line here because Sarah just read most of the songs. I don't want y'all to have to hear it again twice, but I will read parts that she didn't read and stuff like that. But I'll read like the first line
Yeah,
to mention where I'm coming from. But
Yeah.
mine starts with the beginning. So I have her name was Kitty, made her money being pretty and witty. They gave her the keys to this city. Then they said she didn't do it legitly. Oh, I bought a ticket. She's dancing in her garters and fishnets. 50 in the cast, 0 missteps. Looking back, I guess it was kismet. I related Kitty to referencing many of the women in Leia's life, the two biggest ones being her mother, Brea, and Mon Mothma.
Mm.
And so she saw them building the rebellion from the ground up, and they could not make any mistakes while they did it, or they would be killed. So, like, she didn't, and in that book, like, she doesn't necessarily see them building the rebellion itself, but she sees them building something, and she's not let in on like they keep it quiet enough, but she's like they're doing good. I want to do good just like them, and I want to do those things. And so then continuing with that, I then have I waited by the stage door, packed with autograph hounds, barking. Then she said to me, and I said, "You're living my dream." And then she said to me, so that lines with to, she has found out that these powerful women are creating the rebellion and wanted to be a part of it. She even makes mistakes and hurts the rebellion in Leia, Princess of Alderaan, when she thinks she is helping because she is so desperate to be a part of it.
Yep.
Like she's so desperate to help people that she's like, I will do what I have, because, and so it's both her mistake and Mon Mothma and Brea and Bale's mistake of leaving her out, because she's like, if you're not going to let me in and help you, I'm going to do my own thing, and my own thing could hurt what you're doing, right. and that happens. So then again, she says, "Hey, thank you for the lovely bouquet," all that the chorus. And that to me was both Mon Mothma and Brea trying to convince her not to join the rebellion, because they do that in the book, saying that she's too young and it is too dangerous. They try to tell her that she doesn't know the cost and will not want to live that life because the cost is so high.
Yeah.
And because they're just like, we are in it, we have seen the fall, so we have to do it, but you don't know it. You're kind of growing up in the Empire, so you don't have to fight against it and be that open, or openly fighting against it and be in part of the rebellion. You can still fight for what's right and stuff inside the rebellion, but you don't have to be against it and have a target on your back, is what they're trying to distill into her. Then we have in the next line, so she waited by the stage door as the club promoter arrived. She said, "I'd sell my soul to have a taste of that magnificent life that's all mine, but that's not what showgirls get. They leave us for dead." So I actually used that line, and I have Leia joined the pre-senatorial program, desperate to help people. And she thought to help the Empire, because she thought the Empire was okay, like at that time. Like she was like, I know they're making mad mistakes, but if I can get into the Senate, I can change things.
Sure.
Then she learns the soullessness of the Senate and how little power she has in the Senate. And then she wants a taste of doing real change in the galaxy. Mon Mothma tells her that she will get no credit and will be abandoned when things get tough. So like they will cut the cord on, like if similar to what you were saying of like, yep, you're gonna be a punching bag, you're gonna be abandoned, and like anytime and you're living in, like, if you're a rebel cell, like, if you get compromised, you're cut off, and they will not defend you, they will not protect you, you're done. So then I have, again, the bridge of I took her pearls of wisdom, hung around my neck. Mine goes all the way through, so I just took it all. And the witches who wish I'd hurry up and die, but I'm immortal now, baby dolls. I couldn't if I tried. This is, to me, Leia taking all of this advice from her parents and from Mon Mothma and continuing to force her way into the rebellion. She eventually takes over the rebellion and continues to learn from her mentors. She makes mistakes, but learns from them. And there are many in the Empire who wish her to fall. They want her to die. But she is now immortal because she helped bring down the Empire. Everyone knows her name.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everyone knows Leia, Princess of Alderaan, brought down the Empire. So even as we got later on in the series of, like, she always had that name, when she kept trying to do things, they tried to tear her down, but, like, they always tried to throw it into, like, oh, you did that in the past, that's over. But it's still, they had to remember her name, that she brought down an empire.
Mm-hmm.
Then, again, the thank you for the lovely bouquet. I'm married to the hustle, and I know the Life of a Showgirl babe, and I will never know another. Pain hidden by the lipstick and lace. Sequins are forever, and now I know the Life of a Showgirl babe wouldn't have it any other way. To me, this is the aftermath of the Empire, where after she defeats the Empire, she can't walk away. As you said, similarly in Princess and the Scoundrel, she's continually working even through her honeymoon. And she also can't just let it go and say, hey, I did all this amazing stuff. She then joins the New Republic Senate.
Mm-hmm.
Then she also sacrifices her marriage with her husband, Han Solo, and she also sacrifices her son to the Republic. But she wouldn't have it any other way because she doesn't know how to live any other way. And that's kind of the message of, she's looking at the privilege that she has, and she has to keep fighting for people and has to keep fighting for those who don't have a choice.
Yeah.
And she would not be Leia that we know if she didn't fight. If she just said, this is too hard, I'm going to go home. And so that is why I thought she was the Life of a Showgirl.
Yeah, so there's definitely some overlap between. I really like how you brought Mon Mothma in, especially at the beginning of the song, because I focused more on Bale and Brea and them imparting their wisdom, but Mon Mothma was, there in the early years, and then definitely as the New Republic was building.
Well, and she was there the whole time because, like, her parents were killed in the first, like, the big thing that but Mon Mothma is still there. Like, Mon Mothma is still a leader in the rebellion and is able to mentor Leia through it and to keep.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, that's how I kept it. Like, she kept going. Like, she can get that information from Mon Mothma as we continue to go. But it was also Mon Mothma realized the costs and everything in Andor, and, like, she didn't realize the decisions she was making until she'd already made that mistake, or already not the mistake, but she'd already made the decisions to move forward, and then you're like, you can't get out now. And so that's where she was trying to tell Leia, like, hey, there's a huge cost here. You don't realize the cost.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that this is what you want. And Leia decides she does.
Yeah.
And the cost was high. She lost her son because of it. And she lost a lot of years with her husband because of it. Not that they didn't love each other, but they did not spend time together.
Right. That's exciting.
Yeah.
So now we get to do trivia.
Now we jump into trivia.
So I have some Taylor Swift trivia questions for you.
Okay. I have some Star Wars trivia questions for you. I think two of them are going to be pretty easy for you. One, you have a better chance of knowing, but it might be too obscure.
Okay.
But we'll see.
I'm excited. Would you like me to ask first, or would you like to?
I'll go first with my super easy one.
Okay.
How many spires does the Jedi Temple have?
5.
Yeah, good. Okay.
I was like, is that a trick question?
It's an attempt at a trick question because most people think it's 4 because they don't count the middle spire.
Yeah, no, there's a middle spire.
The middle spire. Yep. Yeah. No, that was just
okay.
Super easy.
Phew. Okay.
See, that was also the intent, is to try to scare you out of like what am I thinking it? How is
Yeah,
it
but
a trick
overthink it.
question or something? Yeah, overthink it.
Okay. So my question for you, my first question, how tall is Taylor Swift?
Oh, I don't know that. She's always really tall. I'm going to give a second for let other people answer if you want, but then I'm going to say because she's not as tall as Travis, she also wears heels a lot.
True.
And Sabrina Carpenter's like 5'2", and she looks like a giant.
I was gonna say yeah. Sabrina Carpenter's not.
I'm gonna say no, but like it's giving. I'm
Yeah.
talking myself through
Okay.
it, so I think she's actually like 5. It's like okay, I'm gonna say 5'8" or 5'10", one of those two.
She is 5'10".
Yeah, 5'10". That's what I thought. I was okay. Yes, I did know it. Okay, she's my height. That's right. I remembered that.
Okay, good. I'm glad you.
Okay, I'm proud of myself. I got one
glad
right.
you got
I got
there.
one right this time.
Yeah.
We'll see what the other ones. All right, so here is my more difficult one that you might actually know because it has to do with Rebels.
Okay.
And so you're super into Rebels, but it's
I do
a
know
little
Rebels.
more obscure on Reddit Rebels. So the question is, who created the super weapon located in the Sith Temple on Malachor, which caused the Great Scourge of Malachor and was subsequently destroyed by Ezra Bridger? So it's asking what Sith created that. Created what they mention who created the super weapon. Which Sith did it?
Was that Darth Bane?
It was not Darth Bane.
Okay. Who was it then?
Do you want another guess?
Okay, I'll take one more guess.
I'll give you another guess. Darth Bane was not on Malachor.
Okay. Was it Palpatine?
No. No, that was too
recent?
very far behind.
Okay, so we're talking like ancient.
I didn't know this either. So, but
No.
it's Darth Tanis.
Nope, I would not have gotten there. Darth Tanis.
Darth Tanis.
That's a good deep cut.
Yeah, because I was like, maybe she'll get it because it's Rebels. You watch Rebels all the time and love that.
I was gonna say
I do too, but
it's been a while since my last. I've watched more Clone Wars recently than Rebels.
Okay.
So
gotta get on a rewatch of that.
I do. Okay, my next question for you. What classic children's story is referenced twice in Taylor's discography? Once in folklore and once in the Tortured Poets department.
Okay, I like this is coming immediately to me of like I know I guess my issue with my current thought answer is I don't view it as like a classic children's story. I view it as like a Disney movie. But Peter Pan?
Yes.
Okay,
that is what I was trying to get to.
Okay, that's because I'm like I don't think this is I've not read like the children's story. Like it probably is a children's story, but I'm like I've never read it as one other than like the Disney Peter Pan.
Sure.
So like I've read those.
Yeah,
because
it was a play and a novel before Disney.
Right. That's right.
Movified it.
Yes. No. Because Peter, and then it's Peter losing Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Willow?
No, that's
or is it Cardigan?
Cardigan.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good.
Okay, I got 2. Wow. It's almost like you dumbed down the questions for me.
I made them not multi-part.
That is appreciated because that was our most difficult. Like name 3 things, and I was like, come on.
No. Come on. Feedback received. We're not. Maybe for like fun con stuff, I have some of my multi-part ones saved, and we can ask the audience.
Ask the audience
and add a con, but no,
another con,
I will not do that to you anymore.
I appreciate that because I just felt so dumb. All right, this next one, I think you'll get.
Okay.
But we'll see. So in Star Wars, specifically the prequel trilogy, the Separatists have an official name. They're called the CIS. What does that stand for?
Confederacy of Independent Systems.
Correct. Good job.
Oh, that made me feel. That made me feel good.
Okay, I was like, you should. I'm like, you've seen that enough. You should know that. Yeah.
Yeah. Confederacy of Independent.
Well done. 2 out of 3. Good job.
Thank you. All right, my last one for you. Can you go 3 for 3?
I doubt it.
I think you can. Which song features Taylor Swift's own heartbeat?
Her heartbeat. I have a song that I think it's in, but I don't think I'm right.
What do you think?
I think it's "Stop, You're Losing Me."
I will accept that.
What?
So
what does that mean?
So in my internet research, there's one song that more prominently features her heartbeat, but her heartbeat is in the background of Stop You're Losing Me.
So then why did you say which one song? What's the other song?
So So I did that research like 5 minutes before starting recording, and I'm like, all right, we're
Okay.
going to accept both.
Except both? Okay. What's the other song?
So do you want a hint or you want me to give it to you?
I guess give me an album.
1989. And it features her heartbeat. So it's a more prominent part of the track than where You're Losing Me, it's in the background.
1989, there's a song that is her heartbeat. Out of the Woods?
Nope.
No, I don't know. What is it?
Wildest Dreams. That bum, 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 bum at the beginning is her heartbeat.
Really?
Yes.
Did not know that.
I'm a little surprised. But yes, it is. So I would say it has a more prominent space in Wildest Dreams, but she does use it again in You're Losing Me.
Okay, so I get like half a point there.
I still say it's 3 for 3.
It's not 3 for 3 because it's not the song you were talking about. So,
well, I had to amend the question 5 minutes before recording because I'm like, I should fact check this super quick, and I'm like, oh, she has used it.
I'm like, yeah, I thought I could have sworn that she used it. In You're
Losing Me.
And
so
then, okay.
So that is where I give you full points. And to me, that's a deeper cut.
Sure, but that's the thing about Taylor Swift. It's like not trying to defend myself at all. Like definitely got it wrong. But like I have learned and forgotten so much about her and her stuff of like because like you're surprised that I didn't know that. I'm like I'm probably heard that at one point, but have totally forgotten that. Like that's what I mean of just like it just did not connect and did not think to include that. So.
Sure. No, that's fine. That was a fun trivia round.
All right, yeah, that was a lot more fun for me at least. I actually had a chance.
Yeah.
So very good, very well done. So we both went 2 for 3. Excellent. Yeah. Hopefully we'll be able to do it again. Because again, each time we do this, and then we're like, we're never going to do it again. And then we did it. And so I'm like,
we've matched twice
now. So we'll see if because we're going to run out of songs on, as you said, like we're going to run out of songs on Showgirl. So it might be where we can figure out who's got what. Yeah. I think there could be one more song that we match on. And one character, for sure.
Okay.
It depends on whether either of us goes the obvious route.
Way to leave that super vague.
Yeah. But do you want me to tell you the character?
No.
Do you want me to tell you the song? Like, I could tell it to you.
No,
like, I
can leave people in people in suspense.
I can tell you it is not Ahsoka, so it is not coming up this next one. So I don't know, and I don't think we will match in the next season. But
with Ahsoka.
With Ahsoka, it is a later character.
See, yeah, because that's where I was like, I think that's where I'm again kind of surprised we matched for Leia because there is so much Leia content out there. So to me, it's like the more content there is, the more different places you can pull from. Whereas thinking with other characters where there's less content to pull from, you're kind of pulling from the same moments, which we saw even with Padme. We didn't match with Padme, but we kept pulling
from the same moments. Yeah, like we matched a lot in moments,
but not necessarily
songs.
Yeah,
but yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you all for listening. Be sure to check us out on the internet. Leave us a review on any podcasting service that you're listening on us on. We are on all of them. Check us out on YouTube. We're also there. It helps get us in front of more views, more eyes, and interest in the podcast. Thank you very much, and we will see you next time for Padme and the Life of a Showgirl.
May the Force be with you.
Forever and always.
May the Force be with you.
Forever and always.